as the lights went down, so did the noise. So I might try that another time. Good evening everyone, and welcome to the College of Business Academic Awards for 2013. I'm Susan Fountain from the School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing, and I'm going to be taking you through the program tonight. I must say that I've done quite a few lectures in this room over the years, but I've never had such a well-dressed, good-looking audience, so I commend you for that. Just some housekeeping before we start. Please check that your cell phones are off. In the case of an emergency, we have the exit that you came through, but there's also 2 exits at the back of the lecture theatre. The order of awards will follow the order in your program, because we're academics, so we're logical people. What this means is that individual award winners will come first, and then we'll have the Dean's List people will be the latter part of the program. For students who are getting the individual awards, so this is about the first 3 rows here, after Professor Zorn's welcome, I will ask you all to stand up and line up, kind of going out the door in preparation for receiving your individual prizes. When you are called, please come forward, stay in your seated order, shake hands with the prize giver, who will be over here at this X marks the spot, and you'll have your photo taken there as well. If you're also a Dean's List recipient, please then proceed to your second seated allocation. For the Dean's List students, what we'll do is we'll get you in rows to come down the stairs, and there'll be ushers helping you with that. When you come forward, you'll again come down here and have your photo taken with Professor Zorn and have the photo while you get the certificate, and then you can return to your allocated seat. Okay, sponsors, very important people, welcome to you too. We will call you in your relevant areas, and I'll ask you to stand over here in your groups, and then you'll meet up with the recipients in the middle here. In a moment, I'll invite our Professor Ted Zorn, who's the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the College of Business, to formally welcome you all. But before we do that, we want to show you a quick video that we have created that captures the many and various things that our students get up to in the College of Business.
Business is not just about crunching numbers and sitting in an office all day. It's about being creative and innovative to develop and grow businesses and take the best of New Zealand to the world. Massey is the top in finance in New Zealand, and it shows in Massey's graduates, such as Nathan Bond, who works in New York as the Director of Investment Banking for the world's largest financial services group, UBS.
Studying business isn't just about learning a whole lot of theory, it's about putting the theory you learn to the test.
That's how I started my award-winning company, KT. While studying business at Massey, KT was created and developed as part of a university assignment. Now my fair trade tea is sold in supermarkets and specialist fine foods retailers throughout the country.
I was lucky enough to get an internship at the Massey E-Centre while I was studying. It's now turned into a full-time role as a startup analyst advising entrepreneurs. While I was at Massey, I was actively involved in the business student group and then elected president. Having that responsibility exposed me to vital business skills such as leadership, networking, and communication.
When I was studying, I took part in Massey's Go Innovate competition. It helps develop the skills employers are looking for, and students stand a chance of getting the expertise to develop an idea into a real business. I'm now working at a startup company which is growing on a daily basis and expanding internationally. Massey's flexible study options allowed me to swim, study, and create connections that helped me build my career.
I won a Captain's Club Leadership Award to study communication at Massey because I showed leadership at high school.
After completing my first year, I see how vital communication is, and not only in the business world. With Massey providing an opportunity to do an internship, I can get hands-on experience and apply what I learned in the real world.
Business is dynamic, so whether you're a numbers person, a communicator, or an innovative thinker, a degree in business will open up lots of opportunities.
So where do you see yourself in the new New Zealand? An economist, financial advisor, marketing manager, web designer, accountant, or journalist?
Join us and study business.
That's my cue. I don't don't get in front of a lecture theater that much these days, so it's very nice to be here. I don't have a lesson for today, but I'll see what I can come up with on the spot. The Captain's Club and Prize Giving awards that we are presenting tonight is an important annual event in our university calendar, and one that we take a lot of pride in. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight, especially those who are not receiving awards, for coming here and celebrating with our students and to celebrate their achievements. I want to acknowledge the family and friends who have come along to support the students, the staff who've worked so hard, the staff at Massey University who worked so hard to prepare for tonight's event, and the academic staff who have taught and in some cases inspired these students over the last several years. I'd like to acknowledge members of the community who are also here, and a very special thanks to the sponsors of the awards who are here tonight. Your support is huge. Obviously, this ceremony would be much less meaningful and certainly less prosperous for our students if not for your generous support of the prizes. So thank you all very much for supporting us in our educational endeavors and supporting the students as well. Now, before I tell you about the Dean's List, I'd like to acknowledge our Captain's Club Scholarships recipients. You see on the screen there. The Captain's Club Scholarship was started by former Pro Vice Chancellor Larry Rhodes a few years ago. It is given to students who demonstrate leadership in high school, who we think have leadership potential. They also have to have good, solid academics in high school as well. They are often leaders on sports teams, cultural activities or clubs, prefects, head boy and girl, and so on. There are a number of them who are former Captain's Club recipients who are receiving Dean's List and other awards tonight. So I'd like to acknowledge our Captain's Club recipients for this year, and then former Captain's Club recipients as well. Oh, I should also say, and pass this on to others, that the Captain's Club Scholarship is worth up to $5,000 for students towards their study in business. And one of the things, and I'll come back to this theme in a moment, one of the things that while we give the scholarship to the Captain's Club recipients, we expect something in return from them. That is, we expect them to continue to develop that potential that they showed for leadership by getting engaged with activities on campus, with student clubs, and so forth. So let me say a few words about the Dean's List Award. This was launched in 2008, again by former Pro Vice Chancellor Larry Rhodes. The Dean's Scholar and Dean's List recipients are the highest performing students in the College of Business. The former, the Dean's Scholar, requires a perfect A+ record for the year. Perfect A+, pretty incredible. And the latter, the Dean's List recipients, have an average grade of A- or higher. There are 8 across our 3 campuses, including distance students. There are 8 Dean's Scholars and 296 students on this year's Dean's List. Now, so that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Sounds like not really a very elite group of students, you might be saying. Well, you'd be wrong. If you keep getting wrong answers, you won't be on the Dean's List next year. So try not to do that. So in fact, 296 sounds like a lot, but we had 11,281 students in the College of Business last year for taking our courses. So now I'm a professor of communication. We are not known for our quantitative skills, but with the help of a calculator and all 10 of my fingers, I have determined that that's less than 3% of our students who made the Dean's List. So we really are talking about the cream of the crop here. That it is quite an accomplishment for them, and we are very proud of it. So now I'd like to just spend a few minutes talking and welcoming the Dean's List students and prize-winning students. Last year, as you may know, the College of Business adopted a new slogan or a tagline, advancing enterprise, inspiring leadership. Now, as academics do, we debated every word for months. And Susan said that, as academics, we're really into logic, we're also into debate. And we did a lot of debate on that. So I'd like to talk to you about those words that we settled on in relation to you and what they might mean. So advancing enterprise, inspiring leadership. The advancing enterprise was settled on because it has 2 meanings, both of which are quite important to us. The advanced part is straightforward enough, right, to progress or to develop. An enterprise has a double meaning. When we weren't thinking about the Starship Enterprise from Star Trek, although if you think about it, it's not actually that far off. I'll tell you what I mean by that in a moment. So enterprise can mean a business or organization in the sense of starting a new enterprise. It can also mean initiative, as in the sense of the spirit of enterprise. So that's where the Star Trek analogy comes in, because you all know what the Star Trek slogan is, right? Boldly go where no one's gone before, no man's gone before. If you take the sexist version when I was growing up. Right, so yes, and that's a sense of initiative, right? And that spirit of enterprise that I was talking about. So when we say advancing enterprise, we want to develop or advance both businesses and initiative, and especially our students' initiative. Inspiring leadership is the other half of that tagline, and that means to inspire people to be leaders in the sense of CEOs or managers or civic leaders, but also to inspire them to strive for leadership. And that can be informal influence, or that can be in the sense of first, as in those prize givers who are often leading your class or leaders in your class by virtue of being tops in your class. So it can also be in the sense of a model of good practice, to lead by example. And all of you who are receiving a Dean's List Award or one of the prizes tonight have shown both enterprise or initiative as well as leadership in the sense that I've just talked about. That you've shown you have the intelligence, the focus, the hard work, and the drive to lead the way in your studies. But I think you're capable of even more. And not to rain on your parade when we're brought you here to give you an award, but we think you're capable of even more in that sense. So for you to grow into the best leader that you can be, in all senses of that word leader and leadership, to live up to your potential, we want to have you strive for greater heights. And specifically, we want you to take advantage of the opportunities that are before you to test yourself and develop your potential. We've been working hard to create more opportunities for you to do just that. We have expanded our internship program, and last year we had more internship opportunities than we had students to fill those opportunities, which is a fantastic thing for our students, but the other half of that equation is that we need our students to step up and take those opportunities, because it is a fantastic way for you to distinguish yourself and really extend your learning beyond the classroom. We've also been working hard to create new clubs and to be open to students' initiatives to develop new clubs. So last year we had 2 new student clubs within the College of Business amongst our 3 campuses. A new chapter of the MACS, or Massey Association of Communication Students, and a new chapter of Enactus, or what used to be called SITE, for Students in Free Enterprise. For those of you that means nothing to, the Enactus or SITE is a club that's devoted to students taking their knowledge of business and applying that to address problems or issues in the community, to develop. Often it's working with a nonprofit organization to address some problem or some opportunity. Fantastic way, again, for our students to extend their initiative and their leadership ability. So I want you, my challenge to you who have shown your leadership potential, to take some initiative, to embrace the enterprising spirit that we pride ourselves on, to get engaged and develop that potential. That's really what I would like to encourage you to do. So get an internship, join a student group, or start a student group, and again, we're very receptive to that. Stand for a leadership position on campus, or take some initiative in the community so that you go beyond the classroom learning, you apply that classroom learning in ways that are meaningful to you. And as you develop your leadership potential, consider how you can continue to develop it beyond your undergraduate degree. And some of you would have graduated today and have the opportunity to continue developing your leadership potential. So our hope is that we can stay engaged with you, and especially talking now to those of you who have graduated or who will soon, either as postgraduate students or as alumni, who can create opportunities for leaders of the future. I think Massey has a wonderful group of alumni around the world and certainly around New Zealand, and often in very significant positions of influence, and we often find that our alumni are the people who do create those opportunities for our students. Most of all, I'd just like to say my sincere congratulations to all of you who have made the Dean's List tonight or who are receiving prizes. We're very proud of you, and we really respect the fact that you've worked so hard. Nothing makes us prouder and happier as teachers than when our students really perform at a high level. So thank you, and my congratulations to you tonight and for your continued success. Namihi Hioto.
Thank you, Ted. Can I please now ask all the prize and award winners to start lining up at the front here and follow Charlotte. Please also ask the School of Accountancy donors, all of you, to come and stand up to my right here. To invite Nairi Coot to present the first of the School of Accountancy prizes on behalf of BDO Manawatu. The BDO Manawatu Award for Top Student in Advanced Financial Accounting at the Manawatu campus is Sean Hannaford. Thanks, Nairi. Congratulations to you. I would like to invite Brenda Graves from Bennett's University Book Centre to present the next prize. The Bennett's University Book Centre Prize for Management Accounting, paper 110229, is Tyler Perrin. Thanks, Brenda. I would now like to invite Lindsay Hawkes on behalf of the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants to present the next two awards. The Chartered Institute of Management Accountants 300 Level Prize in Management Accounting and the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, the R. Vijay Yusekera Memorial Prize in Accounting goes to Olivia Clark. Thanks, Lindsay. Well done, Olivia. 2 prizes. I would now like to invite Professor Pawsey Lasward on behalf of Cooper Rackley to present the next prize. The Cooper Rackley Prize for Top Student in Commercial Law, paper 155210, goes to Olivia Clark. I would now like to invite Dr. Rydia Offman on behalf of CPA to present the next prize. The CPR Australia Prize for Most Outstanding Third-Year Student Majoring in Accountancy. The recipient is Olivia Clark. Australia. If I could please ask Dr. Nevis Botica Redmayne to come forward to present the KPMG Prize. Should get her to stand back so you don't know what's coming. The KPMG Prize in Advanced Auditing, the recipient is, and I think she's good at numbers, Olivia Clark. I would now like to invite Jason Driscoll from the New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants to present the following 7 prizes. The New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants Prize for First Year Accountancy at the Manawatu campus goes to 2 students, Zach Mills and the second student, Noor Alia Surya Abdul Rahim. The New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants Prize for Second Year Accountancy at the Manawatu campus goes to Nicole Walton. The New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants Prize for Third Year Accountancy at Manawatu campus also goes to 2 students. The first student is Olivia Clark. And also sharing that third year accountancy prize, Dean White.
Dino.
The New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants Prize for Third Year Accountancy at a Distance goes to Craig Purdy. And the final prize in this round, the New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants Fourth Year Accountancy Prize goes to Amar Shaku. Thanks, Jason. I would now like to invite back Professor Forsi Laswad to present the remaining prizes for the School of Accountancy. The School of Accountancy Distinguished Prize in Advanced Auditing, paper 110379, goes to Olivia Clark. The Thomson Reuters Prize in Taxation for internal students is shared amongst 2. The first student is Lisa Luscombe. And sharing the Reuters Prize in Taxation, Nicole Walton. I would now like to invite Dr. Heather Caban from the School of Communication, Journalism and Marketing to come forward and present the following 2 prizes. The Provost Chancellor's Prize in Speech Writing for an extramural student goes to Janet Osborne. And the Provost Chancellor's Prize in Speech Writing for a Palmerston North internal student, Georgia Benson. Thanks, Heather. Could I please ask representatives from the School of Economics and Finance to come forward? Professor Martin Young, Head of School for Economics and Finance, will present the first of the prizes. The Finance Students Association Most Improved Student Prize goes to Xiao Yu Liu. Thanks, Martin. Good time the spotlight's up. Could Associate Professor David Tripe please come forward to present the next prize? The Finzia Academic Prize goes to Emma Jane Turner. Thanks, David. I would now like to invite Tony Jones from the Property Institute of New Zealand to present the next prize. The Property Institute of New Zealand Manawatu branch prize and evaluation goes to Helen Uritich. And now it's almost like we've got a freeze here. Tony's going to present another prize. This is the Institute of Valuers and the Property Institute of New Zealand prize for the Property Institute of New Zealand Student of the Year, which is Helen Uritich. Now I'd like to invite Martin Young, who's going to represent STEM-engaged learning, to present the following prize. This is the STEM-engaged learning prize in first year macroeconomics for an internal student, and this goes to Jia Shin Yuen. Martin's also going to present the final prize for the School of Economics and Finance. This is the Macmillan Publishers Prize in second year macroeconomics, and this goes to Tien Shi Yin. Okay, I would now like to invite Tom Welsh on behalf of Toyota to present the next prize for the School of Management.